Welcome everyone to this third place playoff. It's the third place series of the Meta Plays Operation Clash. And having lost out in the semi-finals to Orange Pest, playing on the north side of Faymanville, as the US Forces, it is HulkSMASH.
Yes, it is. And on the opposing side, we have Jibber, who's doing his best after a tough game in the last round. Again, he gave it his all, but now he has to jump right into a third place matchup. Hulk had a little bit more time to relax. We'll see if that helps him out in any way. But for now, Jibber is bringing out the Vermach to hope to push back the American forces, which is going slightly different from what previous matches have shown us. In this case, being a weasel.
We have vehicles ready
Agreed.
to be
Yeah, I
dispatched
mean,
to the
actually going straight in with Special Operations Battle Group for US, it's not something we've seen. We've seen a lot of airborne, we've seen a lot of armor, you know, just for the Easy 8 call-ins and things like that. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. And actually, what's really nice about this is that late game on the combat support side of the Special Operations Battle Group, you have the M4A1 Sherman Whizbang, which kind of reminds me is, you know, this map came around the time where the Calliope was in Company Heroes 2, so it's a bit of a reminiscing moment to see this map, and potentially that unit step onto the field later in the game.
Absolutely. But don't worry, the Ost tier can bring out some classic Kotu units, such as maybe a Tiger, but we'll see actually if he is going to pick that. Right now it's 3 battle groups at his disposal. He hasn't picked anything yet. It's just been a more standard build with a Kettenkrad, Grenadier, an MG, and a Pioneer. The Kettenkrad itself is trying to stealth grab the VP point that's closer to his base. The problem is the scout unit ran up and stopped it just a hair before he could capture it. But we have an MG redeploying to hopefully suppress that unit and force him back. And it does the trick.
I really like that. A lot of players would have just tried to get the Ketten out of there, but Jibber knows the damage rate that the scout squad can deliver, so he's able to bring up something to get rid of the scout squad without losing the capture of that point. What's really interesting, that one of the things that was never in the original Faymanville is these munitions points right on the kind of outskirts of the map, which is really interesting, and they're plus 10 munitions points. I think every point on here is a plus 10, so resource-wise, it's kind of not like some of the other maps where you do have the plus 16 points.
Well, that, and also, unless I'm mistaken, there's currently a goat outside on a pile of wood. So on the water. I don't think that was in the original Faymanville, but it's a nice detail.
It's there just to say this map was the greatest of all time.
It was the goat.
have captured a victory point.
Oh boy. But right now, small blob of units, 2 Grenadiers and a Pioneer heading south. Weasel giving it its all, along with Rifleman in very solid cover. Oh, but we have a choice. It looks to be more breakthrough as we have close-range weapons being given to Grenadiers. Will help them if they can close the gap with those Riflemen. That seems to be doing the case as they force Riflemen to retreat and are heading straight for mid. Again, the best thing the Riflemen can do is keep range, keep themselves, you know, upgraded on parity. So in this case, it would be with their bars, and just lay the Grenadiers down with a load of fire. But right now, as long as Grenadiers can close the gap, they have to be very cautious how they approach things.
Something that I really like, Greyshot, I'd just like to point out, is with the M29 Weasel. So one of the abilities of the Weasel, of course, is that it can drop either the mortar or the MG. So it has dropped a machine gun for the US forces, and that, of course, is something that wouldn't normally be built on a tier 1 build. So actually, combined with the huge number of infantry on the field, having a suppression platform right now for HulkSMASH, really, really good choice. And maybe that's why we saw him go for the Weasel in this game.
No, I mean, the Weasel, especially as it gets additional veterancy, can be a very useful combat sport. You need MG, a mortar, helping gun down this Grenadier, as we're currently watching. Oh, yep, there he goes. Or, what really helps the team is being able to make sure that on the front lines you can heal. And right now he has the option, if he wants to turn that Weasel into a medical station. so we can heal all of the riflemen and allow them to keep fighting on the front. Right now I see 2 riflemen that could really use some medics.
It's a true utility vehicle. Jibber, of course, going for Luftwaffe company, so you could start to see some Jaegers come into the field. Typically, a lot of players have been using the Jaegers with the Panzerschreck upgrade to provide that mobile anti-tank platform across the map, and they actually do very well against the riflemen in engagements en masse. So.
Absolutely. But we're not going to see, unfortunately, some Falchion Pioneers. We will, again, he went Assault Grenadiers. He just switched over into Rapid Production to help with vehicle production, so maybe he can pump out a 221 or something to help combat that Weasel. But we'll see. In the meantime, looks like his attention is in the north, successfully suppressing and forcing the riflemen back, and hopefully getting that fuel position back under his control. But we do know that HulkSMASH as well went with a captain, so because that's now in the north, so he went with support over armored or air. Or I guess there's more mech than air, but still. Oh,
I think it's a pretty solid choice. It gives him the opportunity to, if he changes the veterancy option, then he can drop some indirect fire on any of the MG42s that are on the map currently. Been a bit aggressive here with the 221. It's quite nice to see. Just trying to get a bit of a lay of the land, disrupt a few units, and most importantly, I think, is just weakening the overall health of the infantry squads with this vehicle, so that when they come into their engagements, they're not as effective.
Yeah, right now he needs to make sure he keeps his distance. All the riflemen now have not only their bar upgrades, but they have grenades, so they can snare that 221 very easily. That is, you know, getting the bars, getting the grenades, there is a lot of fuel that you invest into that, so that might delay some additional armored support, but for right now, I think that's the better call.
Well, speaking of delaying armored support, he's actually teched up to the weapons support center. He hasn't gone straight into motor pool, so not rushing for the Greyhound, again, which has been quite a common US strategy. By the way, MG42 incendiary rounds on the Weasel, and that Weasel is down. That's a great play.
Yeah, great shots by the MG42, using the additional penetrating rounds that has options to once it gets some veterancy. Riflemen, though, might be trying to find a way around it. We can see them prepping, but Grenadiers are coming in from behind them.
Victory point is under enemy control now.
Let's see, they're closing the gap, but I think the MG is not in the right position. Yeah, pull back, that's the best call right now. Oh, we do have a flak on the field. I did not see Jibber bring that out, but it's great for suppressing and keeping infantry at bay. Doing a lot of damage, but does have a smaller arc, so again, it's susceptible to being flanked.
Anyone that was watching the semi-finals that Jibber played against Theodosius will know Jibber's micro with the Flak 30 is phenomenal. And being able to really utilize line of sight blockers to keep it safe, it can be really, really potent against light vehicles as well as infantry. So a really strong unit on the field for Jibber.
Yeah, and right now, I am mistaken, he's using, yeah, the Kettenkrat's like hiding next to it, so if he wants to, he can use it for additional scouting to see farther so we can get the maximum range from that
The enemy has taken a victory point.
But right now, I think the bigger, there's a large group of Americans, and he's trying to push up with that 221, but that bazooka team is so close. It's doing enough to keep that armored vehicle away.
All victory points are
We're about to see Sniper come out for HulkSMASH. And I really like that decision. He has so many infantry right now. His vision across the map is very, very good. He's going to be able to detect any threats or flanks easily. So it's actually a perfect environment for a sniper. Snipers have traditionally always done well on Faymanville. So much medium cover. So many bushes to hide behind when things get dicey.
Absolutely. And again, well, it's a little different from how it was in Pro 2. The sniper against the Wehrmacht here is not as effective because we're looking at units with. Oh wait, hold on, nice kill on the rifleman. Sorry, but we're looking at units with 5 to 6 models rather than the 4. So it takes a bit longer to bring down those units. But you are right. It is, especially if the sniper is just running around getting kills. It is a very effective unit, but it looks like that 221's diving on it to try to get that kill. He might be
It'd
able
be a real
to.
shame to lose this sniper here after investing in the grenades, after investing in the bazooka squads. It all amounts to nothing. We had high hopes, but it just didn't turn out to anything.
But still, wonderful play with that 2-2-1. Just diving on in, absolutely countering it. And right now, it actually looks like he got a second win. Jibber just taking a ton of territory. Didn't even realize Kencrad level 3, so it's just zooming across the map. But that amazing support. I'm actually a little shocked he hasn't tried to allow it to get additional resources when it captures. But still, he's doing so well with everything.
A squad of Jäger has been requisitioned.
MG really well positioned to push back the rifleman. The flak, as you stated, just laying down fire on the riflemen that were trying to leave the base. The only thing that's currently, well, still moving is the scout unit next to the goat on the north, but that's nothing when the Germans are outside the American base.
A Luftwaffe officer
It's a
showing
difficult
group performance.
position to come back from. But actually, there's a lot of map capping going on right now, so potential that there is a gap somewhere in this line that HulkSMASH can exploit, because he probably can't see it with the lack of vision he's got from having no territories. But here comes a strafe on the MP42, and that's going to open up a pretty vital hole for HulkSMASH to get onto the left side of the map.
Absolutely. Here come the riflemen. There's some camouflage units that get good hits, but they're going to need some support immediately. Here comes some more Grenadiers and a 2-2-1.
Kencrad's in danger, by the way, of the bazooka squad. They're so close to it. I don't think he spotted it in time.
No, it got out of there. He zoomed away and managed to get out without a single shot. But yeah, the counterattack is definitely happening in the south. It looks like Jibber was just caught out of position. HulkSMASH taking the opportunity, grabbing what he can, mortaring that building with the Grenadier inside, forcing it away.
I think that is textbook how to get back onto the map. You know, when your opponent has mass territory control, you just find that one unit that you can send on retreat, and then you just exploit it with an army of riflemen, and it's worked out really well for him. Now he just has to kind of lock down this area and just grab onto some resources for a while, because Jibber will have had a little bit of an advantage to tech up here.
Now under enemy control.
Yeah, something as well to, I don't know, that I find fascinating is we look at bases, right? So again, I'm assuming maybe he's going for, he's got a tier 2 building for the, so Jibber is like, okay, he can get out some armor, maybe an Oswin, but it's not going to be like high tier stuff. HulkSMASH jumping right in, he's going for the tank depot. So potentially he could deploy himself as Sherman here, as long as he holds the fuel in the next 2 minutes. And unless a mistake, I mean, yeah, Jaeger squads with Shreks are good, but do we have a T-gun for Jibber? Yes. No, it's just a flat. You can button, but it's not exactly a solid long-range AT device for something as powerful as Sherman. Alright. But, again, using the flak well, he's trying to box in HulkSMASH. And it seems to be paying off. He managed to hold on to the middle EP point.
Just so you know, Greyshot, there's a few calls in the chat just to maybe lower the game volume if you can. Apparently it's struggling to hear us.
Absolutely. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, I think, you know, that build that is in the center of the map right now, you know, great sight from the scout car, from the pioneers. You've got the anti-tank there, you've got the anti-infantry, you've got a suppression platform. Spearheading the center of this map is going to make it really, really hard for HulkSMASH. He's either going to have to pull off quite a risky flank, or he's just going to have to come up with something that is able to drive through the center, completely ignoring all of the, you know, all of the harsh AT that's there.
Yeah. Here.
Of course, as well, when we do see a Sherman come out, which is the likely option, 221 is going to be on the field, potential to upgrade with that anti-tank anti-tank rifle on the chassis, so that would just help the the Jaeger infantry in dealing with any armor threats. I do think, you know, right now we're looking at fairly, the VPs are not that far apart with all of the territory swaps that we've seen take place, but I would say that Jibber is still, even though he's down on VPs, seems quite confidently in the lead here.
No, absolutely. But that could change. It's funny because I have Jibber on, but it's actually HulkSMASH about to deploy the first actual tank. And there's the Sherman. Again, if he can use it, like we saw earlier, just find that one gap in the line or the one position you can exploit, especially because he has air support ready and waiting. He could cause chaos for Jibber's forces and finally break through. But it looks like most of his men are either, we have a couple squads heading south, and then we have that small group in the north trying to go for that victory point.
Great shot. If you zoom in on the sides of the Sherman, there's a Devil's Brigade message there that says, "The worst is yet to come." And I don't know if he's talking about his performance or his opponent's at this point.
Yeah. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Alright, but again, great shots by that Jaeger squad, getting a couple direct panzer strike shots on Sherman, keeping it at bay without losing a down to half health and hasn't lost a single model. Here come the riflemen, hoping to push back those AT forces.
We can't stay here.
Even with just one bar, it seems to be doing enough. The riflemen clear the infantry out.
We have 300 points. Confirmed.
And now they take the VP on the left-hand side.
Give us something to do. Commander, we have Sherman.
Oh, did he just? Oh, I completely missed it. So HulkSMASH had to get himself an engineer. He didn't have anything to heal the Sherman.
We're losing a strategic point.
So, well, glad it's now being healed, but that gives Jibber a little bit of time to figure out what to do with his men, bring it back up.
Yeah, tough decisions need to be made right now. I was actually checking to see if in the infantry support center, HulkSMASH was going to tech for the munitions surplus. Not a massive spend, but it reduces the infantry upgrade on all infantry squads by 50%. So if he's going to start upgrading all those bars, it's a sensible one for him to purchase that upgrade. But haven't seen it, which makes me feel that fuel is really being saved for perhaps another tank, which he feels might be more appropriate in the situation than the bar squads.
I think you're half right. It is a tank, but it has some rockets on it. And here comes the whiz-bang. So, again, if we're looking for a way to exploit the line, why not bring in all the rockets to make sure that line is cracked and busted open? Oh, speaking of support, here comes the whiz-bang. I'm sorry, the air support.
He's got eyes on where that Flak 30 is. It raises its rocket launcher. Actually, it's going to be the Flak 30 that's slightly north of the one in center. They're good hits. May even decrew here.
They got it! He successfully got it. Well played. So there goes a major threat to the American infantry down. There is I didn't realize, a German sniper that is trying to assist. He just got deployed, has got 2 kills.
Now I would have thought the priority is perhaps seeing if there's a way to escort that Flak 30 back into the US base. Actually, at the moment, a lot of infantry units diving into the center just to try and reclaim that area of the map, which seems to have been a struggle point for HulkSMASH throughout the entirety of this game. He's going to get pushed back from the suppression platform of the MG42. He does have a machine gun of his own, but after all that, he hasn't got hold of the center VP yet, so no real control here.
No, and I'm not sure if HulkSMASH lost anything, but I will say we did a flak decrewed, and one of the Jaeger squads did perish while trying to hold mid. So, Jibber did lose some things, but he did successfully manage to hold on to that point. So yeah, it was As long as that keeps happening, it's okay. But you can't take too many losses. But now we have smoke coming down. Bazooka team going on in for the cap in mid. But it looks like we're entering into a stage where it's going to be a fight for mid. A grinding attritional battle.
P-47 airborne and ready.
And my money currently goes to the man that has the rocket artillery.
Fighting fit once more. Tools down. Repair work completed.
Well, we don't know if there's more coming. Could be seeing a few of those as the game goes on.
That's very true. We could very well see the austere player bring out a Nebelwerfer. Bring some more artillery in. Or some bigger guns. We know that he went, okay, yep, we know he has the potential to bring out a Tiger tank. And it looks like he might be saving for it. Right now he's about to get 6 command points. So, all points showcase a Tiger in the near future.
Some mines being laid by HulkSMASH right at the top of the map at the moment. Really preparing for a late game in which tanks may decide to try and flank around, and I really like seeing that because it suggests that HulkSMASH is paying ultimate respect to his opponent, knowing that he's capable of flanking that way. But look at how HulkSMASH is recovering this game. It's fantastic to see the fight that he's putting up for his own territory and now contesting the mid. It didn't look hopeful for a while. Is the whiz-bang going for the center VP here?
Yes. Oh, get it? Hold on. That man, when he stops retreating, I'm going to take a look because he has no health.
Our enemy has the advantage. We must.
Let's see.
He was very lucky, wasn't he?
He had 2 HP.
2
left.
health. Oh man.
Just slightly higher, and that would have absolutely been a KO. Alright. Rifleman advancing. Trying to get the kill on the flak. Sherman following suit with some additional men. Throws a grenade, but looks like he'll be able to dodge it. The other one, something's about to be called in on it. Some light artillery neutralizes it.
Wiping the flak guns all well and good, but they're either looking to destroy it or recapture it. Otherwise, it's just going to fall back into the hands of Jibber. Slowly, there is a blue wave encroaching across Faymanville. But right now, 2 of the VPs remain red, so all of this totally pointless as HulkSMASH is about to drop down below 200 VPs. If there's one thing that needs to turn blue, it is those VP points.
And HulkSMASH did just lose an engineer, and while it might seem like an expensive unit, it is a unit that he needs in order to get that armor back up to operation quickly. So in that, otherwise he probably could have saved himself up for another Sherman or even a whiz-bang if he wanted to, or just another unit in general. So every little kill does have an impact, even though you might say it's just an engineer, who cares? But riflemen are heading south to hopefully stop the VP bleed. And yeah, up north it looks like that MG's guarding the VP, so which way will Jibber go?
A victory point is under attack. We must act. Sherman reporting.
Alright, speaking of Jibber, are we close? Oh, we're at 8 command points, and he has plenty of fuel and manpower, so he's absolutely going in for a Tiger.
We're down to 200 points.
So we've been talking a lot about a lot of Jibber's AT that he has, like the air squads, the flak guns, stuff like that, but on the opposite end, what does HulkSMASH have against a potential Tiger? Because I'm looking at this and I just see 1 bazooka and a Sherman. He's gonna need a lot more if that Tiger does rear its head.
Yeah, I mean, obviously one of the bazooka squads did go down, a bit of a problem for his strategy, but he probably knows actually what his opponent Jibber is teching towards, and probably can spend a little bit more time focusing on infantry and maybe even upgrades if he wants to before that Tiger does come out onto the field. I think he is banking enough manpower to bring out the AT gun once the Tiger shows itself. Right now, the focus though is just trying to get the payoff with this whiz bang. There's some massive hits going down in the center, but if he's going to use it, he's got to back it up with a big push to make sure he regains map control there.
He's attempting. Flax are trying to keep him at bay, but a lot of the infantry has fully retreated. There's one Jaeger squad camouflaged, waiting for either the whiz bang to move up or the Sherman. But the American infantry, the riflemen specifically, have the point. They're now putting pressure back on Jibber. But here comes the air squad, revealing itself in camouflage, hitting the Sherman. Sherman under 50% health.
Saying Captain on the right side, VP is finally going into capture. It's actually been free of any Axis units for a while, so but there'd previously been an MG there, so he was a little bit unsure of whether to go. But it looks now that HulkSMASH may be able to get a triple cap on for a while, which would be hugely helpful as the Tiger comes in from the Wehrmacht base.
All right, but again, HulkSMASH does have his own counter. He got himself a tank destroyer in production. Hopefully that can come on in and provide the necessary leverage to keep the Tiger at bay. But for the time being, it's moving on up, trying to help out the MG next to it as it takes fire from the mortar.
Enemy at 250 points.
Let's see.
Acknowledged. Recon is standing by.
2-2-1 trying to go after that captain that's been stealth capping a lot of territory in the north. Clearing it. Now he just needs to get it right. Some troops over there.
They've taken our victory.
But actually, I say that he's grabbing all the points at the same time.
So much for peace and quiet.
And hold on, Tiger going in for a base inspection. Gets a clean shot on the whiz bang.
Victory point.
But the bazooka team scares it off a little bit.
Squad is back to full strength.
Too risky to take a satchel,
Defend
I
our
think.
victory point. We're losing it.
But for Jibber, I mean, hey, I can't say anything about Jibber as he's a fantastic top-level player, but it always seems just a little bit risky to me diving so far in with the Tiger without support. But I think he's just trying to put the pressure on his opponent just a little bit, saying, look, you know what I've got. It's on my front line. Try me.
Yeah, well, it was enough. HulkSMASH calling in reinforcements, specifically an AT gun, an MG, and some fuel, which, again, right now can allow him to get potentially another tank destroyer. It could allow him another whiz bang. Most likely, I see a tank destroyer to neutralize this Tiger. But the AT gun, if he just goes with that, would be massive to just have more firepower lobbed and hopefully keeping the Tiger back out of mid. Rifleman does manage to escape the Tiger's grasp. And right now we have some small engagements in the south. Rifleman, essentially HulkSMASH's forces successfully keeping the Jaeger squad out of the southern VP.
Hey, there's a rifle squad in the center. If that survives that retreat,
Down. No
well,
survivors.
okay, it hasn't, but
All right, it did get put down, so excellent job. Again, every kill counts. But again, we have a lot of support equipment coming on in from AT and new 50 cal. And here we go, Sherman. Lots of rear armor and side armor shots from Jibber's forces. Same can be said with the M1 against the Tiger, down to almost 50% health. Oh, wonderful hit against the bazooka team. It is gone. Successfully wiped. So at least one successful kill against HulkSMASH. Whiz bang preparing the fire. Going for mid, I assume.
pretty sure that's aimed on the. Is that aimed on the sniper?
Maybe.
Sniper must be causing significant problems there.
Only 8 kills on it, but it can be just a thorn in your side having a rifleman slowly brought down.
Just one of those units, isn't it? You know the potential problems it can cause. By the way, Sherman in the north goes down really carelessly to Jaeger infantry. And I think they were cloaked for a little while, but they just picked it off when it had low health. Really, really unfortunate for HulkSMASH.
Yeah,
Not needs right now.
He's been unable to get a lot of those wipes with the whiz bang. He still can pick a precision strike if he wants to try to maybe go for something a little more accurate. Or, you know, maybe he has it just in case he needs a Sherman. But, yeah, no, losing that Sherman, even though he has the fuel and resources for it, is still a loss. That, it's going to be hard for him to make up. He's going to try with the tank destroyer. But again, coupled with the riflemen that have been also dying, we're seeing a lot more anti-tank or specialized units rather than just more general purpose or anti-infantry units.
Acknowledged. Recon standing by.
It's going to be a tough game for him. It's only going to get tougher for the fact he hasn't actually made any investments from the infantry support center as well. So he hasn't got increased health on his infantry. He hasn't got reduction on you know, resource costs. One of the other things is what we talked earlier about Wehrmacht spearheading through the center of this map. Any of the flanks that HulkSMASH has been doing on the sides mean this lengthy retreat through Axis forces. 2 squads have just gone down now on, you know, that central area. And it's going to cause massive problems. Grey Shot, if you just look at the size of Jibber's army right now, in comparison with HulkSMASH's, you know, it's a grim scenario.
No, you're not wrong. Jibber near pop cap, where, I mean, HulkSMASH only has about what, 3/4 of an army. They could. He's gonna try something with the tank destroyers. Hellcat's moving on in, but again, you have that Jaeger squad with the Shrek team successfully keeping those TDs at bay.
Sector's gone. We must take it back.
And oh no, we're about to see another rifleman go down? No, luckily the MG suppresses the Jaeger squad, but still, that Tiger has been very good at wiping or bringing down the health, so that way the supporting infantry can always have support on your tanks, can actually get the kill. Alright, maybe realizing he needs more anti-infantry, we do have a bulldozer coming on in from HulkSMASH.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Definitely, hopefully, maybe take some of those extra shots from the Panzerschreck squad and keep them at bay. But right now, he's going to need to do something to hold 2 victory points. Because Jibber has now potentially 3 with the southern point, and will just run the clock down on HulkSMASH unless something is done.
Jibber actually has a fantastic intel game here. He's got the Kettenkrad in the center for vision. He's got the scout car on the right with the radio antenna upgrade, so he knows when those pushes are coming on the right-hand side. And that intel is just going to make it so easy for him to maintain control here. Not sure what that 221 is doing in this engagement.
He's trying to body block or keep it at bay. Whatever the case may be, it was enough to keep the TD from going around the Tiger. The Tiger was able to successfully kill it. Whizbang got rid of its rockets and decided, nope, we're going fully Sherman now.
This is an amazing push on the Tiger. An absolutely game-changing moment. With 60 VPs left, the Tiger is down. And now the Sherman Bulldozer can get in and deal with some of those targets that have been really difficult to deal with these games. The grouping up of these Jaeger infantry. Maybe the Bulldozer can make a difference.
But nope, the original Whizbang that turned to a Sherman is down thanks to the rockets. MG suppressing them though. Bulldozer trying to provide that support. We got smoke. Your Rifleman squad coming in the other direction to grab the victory point. I think it'll be about 40, but HulkSMASH successfully managing to get the victory points under his control. Well played.
It's a great turnaround, but I don't know if he's got enough time to actually make anything of this. Jibber might make a few mistakes here, just trying to get all of his units back from the center of the field. But actually, you know, if HulkSMASH can reclaim some of these, you know, potentially if he can turn this engagement around, there's 2 flak 30s for him sitting in the middle of this map right now.
So, sorry, not to interrupt. My game just had a fatal scan error. right as that happened. Of course it happens right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you give me a brief moment, I will reset. And the game did not explode, so it's a good sign.
That's it. Well, straight back into the action then. And HulkSMASH, after having an amazing push and taking down the Tiger, he's locked down 2 VPs, west and center. And now he has a big job to do in holding back these 4 Jaeger infantry with AT guns, which is the threat to his armor. He has not been able to reclaim. Oh, he's got one of the flak 30s, which is just going back to base to heal at the moment. So he has now got a response of his own that could potentially help deal with that. So whether he can make it happen in 40 VPs is the question he faces right now.
Very, very true. We did have fire just come down on HulkSMASH's forces, causing them to retreat. Sniper is trying to capture mid again, get that territory back under his control and put the pressure back on HulkSMASH. But again, an elusive rifleman grabs the northern territory. So excellent job by these guys.
Victory point has fallen into enemy control.
Oh my god, we have a whole Jaeger blob moving on in to try to force him out.
Battalion.
Ah, yes. And they all have some very solid veterancy with them, but hold on. We have the American air support coming on in. Gets a good suppression across the board.
It was a really crucial strike for that to hit the way that it did and suppress 3 infantry squads. That's a huge moment for HulkSMASH. The VPs have been draining, by the way. 50 VPs have come down in that short amount of time since the Tigers come down, so it's not that far apart again. But I do hear a rumbling on the right side of my headphones right now, and it's gonna be the Tiger.
Yep.
2.0.
See it in the distance approaching. Riflemen are trying to gun down not just the MG retreating, but trying to get close to that sniper. Have not been able to. And here it comes, the Tiger ambushing the bulldozer. HulkSMASH does now have enough to get a second TD. He did get some the flak and an AT gun, so maybe he can set up a... Here we go, he is setting up a line here of AT to try to counter the Tiger's advance.
Tiger did take a ground attack shot and just missed the front right corner of that Sherman. Which is, again, these are all big moments for HulkSMASH right now. We don't want to see any losses. Just want to see a good hold of the center. That flak 30 is going to get smoked by the Jaeger.
Yeah, they're now back. Now, luckily, there's still the 50 cal, but unfortunately, more smoke comes down, which will block sight. So he's going to need frontline men. Unfortunately, just got some new riflemen on the field, so it's going to be a little bit before that one in mid gets any support. Oh, excellent firebombing to push out the MG that was hiding in the smoke.
Really strong hits there. Flak 30's got to adjust its focus to the VP in the center. Mortar's just trying to get back a little bit because it knows that that Tiger, if it does come in, is going to deal some high damage, potentially decrewing it. What do we have here for HulkSMASH? Now that he's down just to this Vet 2 Hellcat and the M1 anti-tank gun, what else are we seeing? It doesn't look like he's... Maybe look at his resources. Got enough fuel, just struggling with the manpower.
Yeah, and I will give credit. HulkSMASH brought Jibber down quite considerably, over 130 points, but now he needs to grab a second victory point, and it's either going to be battle for mid or maybe try to stealth grab the north, but he does have a Jaeger squad hiding up there, so looks like the battle for mid might be the call. Here we go. MG suppressed, almost killed. The other MG is under mortar fire, forcing it back. Nothing stopping the infantry from advancing. Here they come, riflemen advancing with the Sherman, AT gun, the flak, all of it.
Well, this is the last push of the game, clearly. 20 VPs left for HulkSMASH. Everything's going in right now. All Jibber needs to do is handle this, and he's won game 1 confidently. HulkSMASH is bringing in massive flanks on the south side with the captain. Already called down the artillery barrage. There goes the Vet 3 Kettenkrad. He's trying to flank around the Tiger. This isn't a good idea, though. I think the Tiger's going to be able to bring its turret around quick enough.
He is. He will. They're grabbing mid. The AT gun is bouncing off the Tiger, but Jaeger squad almost close to death. No, it escapes.
AoE of the Tiger shells is just too much for the AT gun, too far forward. And now there really is no credible anti-tank presence on the field right now against this Tiger.
Not at all. Another TD is being deployed, but the Hellcat will still take time to get onto the front. Here comes some Jaeger forces and a flak, barely alive, but still kicking enough to hopefully cover the infantry. But just look at the army value, by the way. Jibber has 83. HulkSMASH has, okay, now 60, but still. HulkSMASH had to push against so much, and he's been pretty successful so far, but here comes all of Jibber's forces into mid. Look at all that.
He's tried to lay a kind of preemptive artillery strike from the captain there, but the MG42 is happy to just sit under it and cap.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Hellcat went straight in, took many shots from the Jaeger squads and the Tiger, bringing it down to about quarter health. 12 points
Sniper
remaining.
now, by the way, on 25 kills, so has certainly been paying for itself across the course of this game. You know, it's really hard now with the whiz-bang gone to just clear out this this kind of blob of units that Jibber has.
Yeah, and there goes the Jackson, not Jackson, the Hellcat. And unfortunately, with the southern point being taken, with the middle point under contention, but still not under his control, Jibber will grab victory from HulkSMASH and will move on to game 2 with a victory under his belt. So, excellent job by him. What a great game.
That's a great opening game to the third place series. Well done to both players. Yeah, and again, you know, HulkSMASH, we've seen him play allies. I think the nicest thing for me here is just to see him change his strategy. You know, he's we've seen so much airborne, so much armored from the US, and to see someone play the special operations and play it really well is has been really nice. So credit to him for that as well.
Some standouts, just pointing out there, like Captain managed to get 17 kills by himself, compared to 6 Riflemen, just tallying up to 40. Let's see here. That Whiz-Bang only got 13 kills. Switch that over to the Germans. The Tiger managed to get 32 infantry kills. Infantry-wise, again, the top killers were that Sniper with 27 by the end of the game. And while the Rifleman, he lost, I believe, 5 squads. The Jaeger squads, only 1 was lost. So yeah, that Whiz-Bang, if it would have managed to get a kill when it was out, or maybe he got another one to help clear up the infantry, that could have helped. But right now it looks like for a lot of Jibber's infantry, he was able to keep it in one piece. I just point out how many times he managed to retake this Flak 30 after being decrewed, just because at least he had enough presence to make sure the Americans couldn't steal all of them or destroy it. But great game. We have game 2 ready to go, so let's jump on into that. Hello everyone, I'm Grayshot, and I'm joined by Stormless. We're covering game 2 between Jibber, who walked away with a victory against HulkSMASH in the last round. This time though, instead of an American versing a Wehrmacht, we're seeing a British versing a Wehrmacht. So HulkSMASH this time is the Wehrmacht player. Already changing things up. We have some troops dropping on in. What, Stormless, what strategy has HulkSMASH decided to go?
Well, yep, he's going to be playing Luftwaffe. He's paradropped onto a pretty key fuel point where he's going to get some green cover, and it's a nice doctrine, powerful doctrine. Fallschirmjäger, which come out on the Luftwaffe air-to-ground support side of the battle group, are very, very strong. So it's going to be pretty essential, actually, that he gets a lot of green cover, and then he's got quite powerful units to help defend his positions on the map. Funnily enough here is like HulkSMASH is using this reverse on the Kettenkrad, even though there is no Jeep that's going to be coming after him right now. So force of habit there from some of the top level players. And I spoke about this earlier, right? I'm really enjoying seeing people in Company of Heroes 3 like not just play with the stats of the game and not just know which unit's better statistically, but play around with the ambient noise that units create. It's another, you know, feature of an RTS that can be used to win games, win engagements. And it's really cool to see players making use of these features.
Absolutely. Just the core feature we're seeing is these Falchion Pioneers just in solid cover, managing to hold against the Royal Engineer, trying to close the gap, and the MG trying to suppress. Managed to keep one unit at bay, and it looks like the Northern Victory Point will stay under HulkSMASH's control, which is currently allowing him to slowly tick down just a few VP points, but enough to start putting pressure on Jibber. Jibber, by the way, going a very interesting strategy of no frontline troops so far, only Vickers machine guns. So, that might be a little bit interesting given the fact that you have a unit that is very fast, even though it doesn't have an MG, but can scout, identify the locations where the MGs are set up, and then hopefully get around them. We do have our first unit, frontline, being the infantry section, and a mortar in development. But for the time being, it looks like HulkSMASH has a good chunk of the map under his control, and still pushing.
Yeah, you may just want to put Fog of War on HulkSMASH, by the way. He's using the reconnaissance scan from his Kettenkrad to boost the vision range forward, but not in all directions of that unit. So he's able to see pretty much outside the base where Jibber is sending his units, and, you know, talk a lot about how important intel and recon is in this game, but I think it's really awesome to see the Kettenkrad used this way.
It reminds me a lot of the Kubel from Code 2, where how that even though it's like, why would I get this thing? The detection on the minimap is so valuable for artillery, for unit placement, just anticipating where the enemy is going.
And you can see that he's trying to find that MG42. He's already invested in the mortar, which is quite an early for a mortar to come in. So really expecting maybe even 2 machine guns from Jibber. But I don't think Jibber has... Yeah, he has gone for 2 machine guns at the start. So perhaps there's a bit of build knowledge here. Maybe he knows what Jibber likes to play when he plays Brits.
Yeah. I mean, a mortar is a solid counter. The problem right now, though, is the fact that MG got close enough to where he helped try to suppress the Grenadiers, and the mortar now is in a more vulnerable place. We have a 2-2-1 being deployed, which could help hold the line, get around those Vickers machine guns. Smoke is coming down the MG to stop it from firing, and the Grenadiers, though barely, successfully manage to push back that infantry section. Though the MG will probably grab the victory point and put pressure on HulkSMASH. Let's see. Royal Engineer just trying to go for that fuel point near the northern fuel. Even though he's not connected, at least cut that off from HulkSMASH. Prevent him from getting something bigger out.
We do have a battle group choice from Jibber. He has gone for the Indian artillery battle group, and straight away into the 4.2-inch heavy mortar. That also gives him the truck for Brits, which he's converted immediately into an anti-air truck. That's going to be great against this 2-2-1 that's come out from HulkSMASH, and also help to deal with some infantry floating around the map. So actually a very strong early game army for Brits here.
Absolutely. But Kettenkrad heading south, but that AA truck coming in, gonna try to put it in its place. Infantry section a bit farther off, and remember, it doesn't have snares, so it can't snare the 2-2-1. But great kill on the Kettenkrad as it tried to escape. AA gun and MG get the kill.
Yeah, that is exactly what that unit was kind of teched up to do, and Jibber's going to be very happy that he did find that unit and successfully destroy it in that engagement. We saw how useful the Kettenkrad was in Game 1 for Jibber when he was playing Wehrmacht, so we may even see Kettenkrad come back onto the field in a while.
What we are seeing right now, though, is a 2-2-1. This baby's coming out with a good cannon that can definitely counteract that light vehicle. But again, it needs good coverage, good infantry support to make sure the infantry section don't, unfortunately, put it down. Right now, they're keeping the Stern Pioneer at bay. Oh, sorry, Falchion Pioneer. And, oh, wonderful shot with the 2-2-1 against it. Can he follow up with another shot through the smoke? He does, but so does the AA gun. It's very close.
Fuel point is being overrun.
Oh man, everything about that I loved. I loved the white phosphorus round. I loved the stun, but then maybe. I mean, I don't think the 2-2-1 usually comes out on top on that engagement, but
the attempt was made and it was very close. So but unfortunately, it just couldn't cut it. So it's now heading back to base. It's going to heal it up. Meanwhile, HulkSMASH now has to rely on something else in order to force the enemy back. And right now, what he's called in is Fallschirmjäger squad in the north.
An MG42 team is ready.
Oh,
yeah, worth noting at the moment in terms of map control. Nothing serious going on. They're dead even in VPs and both receiving same fuel and munitions income currently. So it really does come down to advantage being gained through elimination of enemy squads. And right now, Jibber is on top of that.
He absolutely is. Again, there are also some additional forces coming out, more specialized. We have the Gurkhas making their debut. Very solid infantry forces coming on in. Plus, for the Germans, we do have a AT gun of sorts. Got dropped in. So at least he has something to keep the AA truck at bay.
AT gun of sorts.
Well, I
like,
say that.
You know when you go clay pigeon shooting, right? And they've got the little thing that flings out the discs. I think that's what this is.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, look, it'll make do, right? It'll work. So as long as they have something that can at least force us back, besides like a Faust, because it looks like he got a little too close and the A truck got hit with some not only rifle fire but also a Faust. But that should help. But the problem is, again, it is definitely a weaker unit, and also with a lot of very solid British infantry, it can be a very easy target. That's, again, and the Brits also have a very powerful mortar that, if that thing is not careful, could blow it to Kingdom Come.
The enemy have taken our territory.
All right, we got a flare deployed in the south by the actually British mortar. Try to figure out where the Germans are. He did spot, hopefully, the MG. And say he's gonna hit the Pioneer squad.
The range of that mortar really is incredible. It's such a strong unit for a map like Faymanville. To be able to bring that out at the start of the game is really going to disrupt a lot of kind of the early game infantry engagements you get, where you're clinging into you know, green cover positions and things like that. So a really, really strong unit. You're starting to see now Jibber is just getting really good map control. He's able to kind of deal with HulkSMASH with a handful of his units and leave the rest to cap uncontested in the east of this map. It's a really strong showing so far. But as I said earlier, you know, the resources are not too mismatched between the two players. So still every opportunity for HulkSMASH to bring out something to deal with this half track.
Yeah, heavy mortar about to bring down that building if the MG doesn't get out quick. There he goes. Right as it collapses.
I always think at moments like that, why I love this game.
Just get out of the house. Why? It's gonna come down, like all of it. My favorite is in Bad Company 2, when you would be inside the house that's falling apart and you would jump out right as the building collapsed. It's like that. The level of destruction just amplifies the just the fun value and also the tension.
Absolutely great shot. Just want to point out the right side VP, Fallschirmjäger just stealthily crept in there underneath the Vickers machine gun arc of fire to just capture this point right under Jibber's nose.
Camouflage coming in key. Again, if the enemy can't see you, they can't shoot you. Okay, at least this unit.
Capture point is being contested.
But excellent job managing to grab that territory. Although it is funny infantry section grabbing the territory to its right. You have the AA half-track coming in and try to clear the position. Maybe try to ground fire. Yep, there it goes. He's slowly trying to figure out where the Fallschmakers are.
Our strategic point is being overrun.
It's like, I know you're here. Come out.
That's right. The Pioneers will sort this out. They'll reveal that squad in a second. And those Fallschirmjäger need to get the hell out of there pretty quickly now.
Oh, they're going to run right into that. That is not a good retreat for it.
The beggars are threatening a strategic point.
Camouflage this.
We're losing a munitions point.
Oh, Fallschirmjäger very low on health. Barely makes it out, but it'll take some time for that unit to recover.
HulkSMASH, I think, is actually fortunate to get away with that. And whilst all of that micro was going on just to find that one squad, HulkSMASH has been able to get his second squad of Fallschirmjäger working in the east. He's managed to get territory right outside his opponent's base. And, you know, we saw this in the last game with Jaegers, the way that these Fallschirmjäger can stealth in these cover positions and then just pop out at the right moment. They can get optimum damage. It's really, really strong. It's going to cause problems for Jibber. And I'm loving the recovery that HulkSMASH has been able to pull back here.
I just saw another Fallschirmjäger retreat for the AA. I'm like, oh no, not again. But luckily he gets out. Maybe he saw the AT gun that's off in the distance and was like, I'm not going to chase it. I don't want to risk it. But at the very least, pressure's now on HulkSMASH. 2 victory points, potentially 3, if that infantry section can just go for the southern VP point, or I guess the one on the farthest left.
Both players have just climbed to the Panzer Company and Company command post, respectively, at the same time. But just having a look at the moment, I think Jibber is more likely to get a vehicle out first here. I'm assuming he's going to go for the Matilda, because the Matilda is just damn strong at the moment.
Yeah. Has a gun that's very solid against infantry and armor to back it up against a lot of fire. The counter to it is its main gun is not suitable versus any substantial armor, but doesn't matter if it can take shots from that armor and then you hopefully have something to support it, whether AT or infantry or just anything. Meanwhile, we go over to HulkSMASH and looks like yeah, he's far away from any sort of armor.
Yeah, I'm just really enjoying his territory control. Use of smoke just to try and prevent this truck from hitting him whilst he gets green sandbag cover in the center of the map. He's going to have to get out of there pretty quickly, though. That's dicey. The truck wipes both models on the retreat.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Again, every kill definitely helps. And right now, he's bringing out additional support. Not a Matilda, but a Crusader has made onto the field. So we'll see. I mean, a Crusader's still a good tank, but it's definitely not the powerhouse of anti-infantry as Matilda, and definitely doesn't have the armor.
Potentially, he's identified that his opponent hasn't really built any credible AT. He doesn't have the Jaegers, so there's no Panzerschrecks. He's only got the recoilless, you know, the anti-tank mobile thing here. What's it called?
LG-40.
LG-40, right? I mean, yeah, why not go for a Crusader instead? I mean, it's going to do a pretty good job. And then he's got a little bit more fuel to bank for to get another tank out quicker. I think it's actually a solid choice, and I hope it's based on intelligence like that.
Yeah. All right, but right now, HulkSMASH is down about 280 points. He needs another victory point stat. It looks like his forces are coming down from the north after grabbing that territory. But unfortunately, his mortar just got outpaced and outshot by the heavy mortar.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
This game is starting to excite me. How ready were we to write off HulkSMASH around the start of this game when things look really difficult for him? But he's put up an amazing fight. Just needs to get really a couple of big units to contend now with the Crusader and help deal with these infantry engagements. But otherwise, a pretty solid army here. We have now got Jaegers on the field with a Panzerschreck upgrade. So we're going to question, has the Crusader been the right choice?
I mean, we'll have to see what sort of trap that HulkSMASH is going to lay down, because if it's a solid one, then potentially, I mean, it could be the correct choice, or it could be a choice that caused him to lose the mid portion of the match. But HulkSMASH right now seem to be an excellent choice. They're coming in from the north, flanking the MG. Although the AA truck is there, they might be able to stealth cap, or at least try to hide themselves on mid. Nope, Gurkhas are moving in. They're like, nope, we're not stopping this fight.
He was trying to throw some bundle grenades there and couldn't. Great responses, by the way, from HulkSMASH as the artillery flares come down. And, Faymanville has always been one of those maps where the base-to-base distance isn't massive. So artillery's normally got a little less spread.
I'll ask you, Stormless, do you like one Crusader? Do you like two Crusaders?
No.
No,
well,
too
I don't.
bad. There are now two Crusaders on the field.
We're losing a victory point.
I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if he's just trying to maybe make use of an advantage window he's had, but now I'm kind of looking at Jibber and thinking, well, where is your AT here? He's got one 6-pounder AT gun outside his base, but Panzer IV's just arrived on the field. Hasn't got its armor skirts yet, but just upgrading to Pintle Mount MG. And actually, I actually rate... That's a great mine.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, well placed. Crusader could be easily picked, but the other one... Oh, this Crusader's backing up. Okay. Now here comes the Panzer
Crusader
IV.
doesn't seem confident to go into that engagement. He's actually just leaving it here to the mercy of the Panzer IV. The 6-pounder AT gun's trying to get a line. And HulkSMASH knows this is a bit tense. He was so desperate to get that tank kill. Crusader's going to come in and try and land some shots off. It could be the end of the Panzer IV, but the M1 AT gun didn't have a line. It's afraid of the Fallschirmjäger coming in. It would be too much of a loss to lose it now. That's a great engagement for HulkSMASH.
Absolutely. The tide is turning in the south. He's taking control. Fallschirmjägers are leading the charge with AT backing up in case that Crusader pops his head. It looks like he might try, but I think that would be a bad call right now.
Proximity alarm.
Up, MG trying to provide that support.
Just the presence and timing those Fallschirmjäger had in that engagement. Could have been a totally different game if that Panzer IV went down, but now we're looking at HulkSMASH. He's just about to come up to enough resources to afford another Panzer IV in the next couple of minutes. And two Panzer IVs here could pose a serious problem for Jibber.
Don't worry, Jibber has the armor that you've been asking for. It looks like Matilda is making its debut and will be out on the field shortly, so if you want something to deal with infantry, there you go. Add that with with two AT guns, and Jibber could find himself in a very good position where he could bring down that Panzer IV a notch or two as it tries to move in, thinking that he could easily deal with just a single Crusader.
I think one of the problems he's going to have, though, is aside from the Crusaders, his army right now is very slow. It's built up on a lot of support weapons. You only have 2 infantry sections and the Gurkha rifle squads, but otherwise looking at 2 MGs, a mortar, 2 AT guns. It's slow, and there's a lot of positioning you need to do to make this work. And I think that plays into the hands of HulkSMASH here. His army is very, very mobile. It is able to deal with the threat of the Crusaders, and a lot of his units are also stealth, like the Fallschirmjäger, so even advancing anywhere through the map, like you're just seeing this Matilda do on the left side at the moment, it's dangerous. And it's not easy.
Not just that. Oh, wait. The Fallschirmjäger got revealed by the Gurkhas. They're engaging. Now they're retreating. Wait. Matilda just shot his own men. I'll bring down the Gurkhas a bit. But yeah,
Get on with it, lazy troglodytes.
but it's a slow, steady push in the south. And the Panzer IV, meanwhile, actually 2 Panzer IVs are now moving north. They're actually going in to deal with this lone infantry section.
Actually, this is not a bad shout at all, because the Crusaders are on the left-hand side, where their Fallschirmjäger just went down to the Matilda. But I think the big point at the moment is the 2 Panzer IVs on the right. They could get significantly more damage done.
Yeah, and does HulkSMASH, he doesn't have armored skirts yet, or he's not researching it anyway. But that could be a nice bonus to those Panzers. Now, Jibber does have double AT lined up ready to go against those Panzers as soon as he has sight. He does. They fire 2 side shots. Excellent hits across the board. Now the Matilda's coming into mid. Crusader just waiting in the south. We're gonna need to bring up that Pioneer to kill that Panzer IV.
Jaeger light infantry on station.
AT guns are in a great position here. If the Gurkha rifles get vision through the center, or the Matilda, actually Panzer IV has now retreated a bit. There's opportunities lost there.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Again though, map control for HulkSMASH here I just think is really, really good. However you look at it, you know, the support weapons that we've got in these AT guns, they're both lumped together and potentially vulnerable just to P4s just spinning around them.
Yep.
Turning the turrets constantly.
Not just that, we have a Jaeger squad that just got himself a Shrek team and a Panzer IV in the south. We have a Panzer IV healed up and ready to go in the north. Matilda's advancing straight through HulkSMASH's line. But I can see a situation where we have 2 pieces of armor coming from 2 angles to try to encircle it. And the AT guns are focusing in the north. Alright, here it comes. Matilda being hit by the Panzer IV in the south, the Jaeger squad, and the AT gun for a time.
You really see that the focus that HulkSMASH is putting on the Matilda is just trying to get the heavy hitters, the Panzer Shreks. Matilda's going to get out of there, so Panzer IV now needs to deal good damage to the Crusader, take it off the field for a while for repairs. Whilst all of this is going on though, HulkSMASH has lost a really good vantage point in the center of the map. He's now lost his VP hold, so whilst he does retain 188 VPs at this point, he's got to hurry up on this VP drain.
You are not wrong at all. Actually, something to keep in mind for HulkSMASH, he can now call in air support if needed to help him against, well, the Brits. So if he can bring the Brits into an engagement that maybe they're not in the best position for, he might not be able to have enough firepower to kill them quickly, but that air support will make sure that they can't escape.
A victory point is being overrun.
He's won in my opinion.
Yeah.
just by having this ability. I think £50 bet on HulkSMASH.
Victory point.
All right, we'll see.
in enemy hands.
We'll see if the bet
No.
is...
I wasn't actually saying no.
All right, 50.
That was not a verbal contract.
No, I think it was. Chat, I believe it was. We have 160 people that will determine that. Meanwhile, Crusader in the south actually manages to, with the Gurkhas, push back a Jaeger squad in Fallschirmjäger. Maybe they can grab the southern VP. At least they stopped the bleeding for right now. In mid, we have another Gurkha squad infantry section pushing. Or sorry, not pushing, holding. As I assume the Panzer IV and the Grenadiers, Fallschirm Pioneers moved in.
Oh, Crusader on the right. It's trying to test for where these Jaeger are. There's a couple of mines down there as well that could prove really costly for Jibber if he hits one of them and the planes come in from the Stuka-Loiter. We did see a moment ago HulkSMASH just sent a recon plane across the map. Of course, that has taken away a lot of resources he would have needed. Oh no, he's got the Stuka-Loiter in, that's why.
Yep, they're flying over mid right now. Panzer IVs are advancing. because the AT guns are caught out of position. Matilda trying to... They're outside the loiter zone.
Was it the best time for the loiter planes? Not 100% sure. One of the Panzer IVs looks like it will go down here.
Alright. So far, it's a win for Jibber. Can he take out the other Panzer IV? Maybe not. Here comes the air support. Good strafe against the armor. Brings it down to about 10%. Panzer IV, though, at least lives. And HulkSMASH did take mid. And actually, if they take mid, that's 3 VP points. They can break down Jibber.
I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the effectiveness of those planes, but you're absolutely right. It's taken some of the vehicles away for a short while and just allowed for that really important triple cap to come into play.
Well, the vehicles may not be playing anymore. We do have a lot of infantry or V-Struck infantry section moving in, plus machine guns backing them up. And Gurkha's flanking the southern MG, forcing it to retreat. So Jibber coming back with force, and I'm sorry, does he have a Gurkha riding on the Matilda?
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. And they got off. Okay. It was a short ride.
Misclick.
Most likely. What wasn't a misclick is a flare coming out so they can get maximum range on those AT guns on that Panzer IV. One shot connects. And Panzer IV gets right side of the range, but it looks like at least for now, Jibber will take mid. Although, like you said, it is a slower army, so it gives HulkSMASH a little bit of time to get that new Panzer IV out, which he just did, and hopefully in a position to counteract the infantry as they slowly move to wherever they're going to go next. Looks like the Gurkhas are heading north.
HulkSMASH, I think, is in tune with his senses as he detects, yeah, my opponent might just make a play on the north side of the map. He's going to be able to prevent that with his Panzer IV. And resource-wise, both players are coming up to potentially getting another vehicle, but I'm just having a quick look. Jibber hasn't teched anything from his training center, so currently playing without any boosters to his infantry or vehicles.
I mean, why would you want to boost your infantry against Fallschirmjägers? Awesome. I mean, yeah, no. That if he can spare the resources, that's a solid upgrade for him to get. Instead, he's going to get another AT gun. Although, to be fair, HulkSMASH just lost his AT guns. It got put down. Right. Matilda coming in on that Panzer IV. And with the Crusader trying to push it away.
Capture point.
I actually think that the work that Jibber is doing here with the support weapons is really, really good. He's got a really good formation going. He's adjusting. It's almost like you're watching him just like fine-tune his positions constantly until he has everything covered. And then he just dives in a little bit with the tanks. He's happy to knock out a bit of manpower from his opponent by weakening the infantry forces. But the question right now, I think, is can he get an army that is big enough and mobile enough to just start sweeping across the map and capturing and holding a lot of territory against the Wehrmacht?
No, a solid question indeed. Right, and as well, there is something as well. He has to be very careful as he approaches because he has to have all his support. If he goes off by himself with one man or one tank, those Jaeger squads or Fallschirmjäger squads could pounce and easily take them out. So he has to have a good solid line. Hold on. That also makes good targets for air support as Stukas fly on in. The area of effect where it is currently flying in is exactly where all of Jibber's army is located. Alright.
Interesting. I mean, I'm just having a look at HulkSMASH with Fog of War. He's not got a great line of sight on where these AT guns are at the moment. The planes are kind of operating on their own, and I don't think he can really see what the impact they're having is on the back line with the support weapons, but he's starting to get the Jaeger to push that reconnaissance. The Stukaloid has dealt a lot of damage to the Matilda. And I think that's just signaled a really good moment for the Panzer IV to go in and try and get that final hit through the front llama. If he can just get one more hit, but it's the Stukaloid that does it. That's a massive unit down. What the hell just happened? What the hell?
So they killed each other, apparently. So we lost a Panzer IV to a Crusader and Matilda, thanks in part to the Stuka coming in clutch with that final strafe. Which leaves, I'm sorry, is that 2 Panzer IVs? Yeah, so HulkSMASH currently has 2 Panzer IVs still on the prowl, knocking out the AT guns. Maybe snares can kill one. Double snares get thrown on the Panzer IV. It is down to like barely any health.
Just trying to focus on dealing a hit to the AT gun. However you look at it though, with 1 Panzer IV remaining on the field, the advantage is still held by HulkSMASH, and more importantly, the VP advantage is now in favor of HulkSMASH. Somehow he's managed to get back on top of VPs and take full map control against his opponent. What a brilliant turnaround.
Absolutely, and right now, again, the British are boxed in to right outside their base. Panzer IV coming on in, trying to make sure they can stop that AT gun from being picked. And a great satchel from the Fallschirm Pioneer actually does. It stops them from picking it up for a moment. Again, Brits still have some firepower under their belts. Looks like some artillery is pushing back the MG. But they have infantry to hold mid, and so long they can hold on to those VPs for a short period of time, it could be GG in a flash.
There's no resources at the moment for a British vehicle, so HulkSMASH is just, I think, gambling on that, and he's just trying to kite around the turrets of the AT guns. But Jibber's correctly guessed the direction. He's got a snare on, and it's really important these AT guns get taken down now by the infantry, so they can't take the Panzer IV down. It's been equalized.
Yeah, Panzer IV goes down, but so too do the AT guns. Meanwhile, again, Jibber forcing his infantry to mid. He's trying to grab something, and another Panzer IV makes its way to mid, hoping to stop them. He just keeps deploying all the. He just has non-stop Panzers.
No, once one comes out, they're a bit like aphids. You just can't stop the breeding. Well, one is they're literally produced with the next one being molded inside of it.
Well, if that's the case, it looks like he's using it defensively, not offensively this time. Just holding the Northern's position to make sure they can't send one troop to go cap it.
Yeah, it's actually pretty sensible. Why not just concede the mid? It's going to be so hard for Jibber to make a choice on whether he goes to the right or the left. There's going to be a big battalion of infantry on the left, and there's going to be a tank on the right. So, and you can just kind of distract Jibber in the center by putting a machine gun there, just having a couple of skirmishes, and just wasting time.
Yeah. And right now, it seems to have done the trick. The HulkSMASH is effectively out of mid, but all the frontline infantry that HulkSMASH has remaining is heading south, picking off the Rail Engineer. Okay, and fully killing it. And the Gurkhas are now trying to make their way down, but there's still a lot of good infantry to hold the line.
We do have another Crusader being built at the moment, but HulkSMASH has just hit 180 munitions points, so it will be Stukaloiter the moment that shows its face. Fallschirmjäger here, by the way, just so strong offensively, just dealing with the 2 Gurkhas, fully upgraded with Brens.
We have some artillery, but again, good use of smoke. Jaeger squad now hiding in it. We're going to need to throw some grenades, but the only guy that can is currently about to retreat. Fallschirm Pioneer forcing the Gurkhas back, and the MG. So there's no good way to clear that unit off the point.
No, this is just a time-wasting exercise. He's only got 6 VPs. I don't think it's possible, actually, to decap the VP and recap, even if it was available. So I'm going to call this HulkSMASH with an amazing turnaround, wins game 2. And we're going into a 3rd game. for the bronze match, best of 3, third place. I believe this is Kasserine as a map. This will be the first time that I've seen this in the tournament. I believe this is GB Pirates map, so hugely excited to see this. If you're looking at the top of your screen and you see Jibber's army, he's diving straight in with 3 scouts. But as I mentioned, Jibber playing as the US on the west side of Kasserine.
Oh, that's fun. It's been a while since I've seen a Pathfinder start like this, so going to be interesting to see how they go. Again, since the last time they done, again, you still have to get the upgrades, but still excellent stuff indeed to see this kind of initial push. That being said, for the other side, we have HulkSMASH going as the Wehrmacht, and we're seeing a little bit more standard Grenadier, Pioneer, and the Kettenkrad moving backwards as always, trying to stealth grab territory and remain as silent as possible. But again, right now it doesn't look like he has to worry about a 4x4 anytime soon. Just
not at all. And Jibber's going for the weapon support center, so he's going to go with a strong Pathfinders now, because he's gone for the airborne battle groups. So he's going to go 3 Pathfinders for vision, and he's going to play a support weapon build from the weapon support center. This is going to be an interesting game from a lot of points.
Absolutely. Well, again, Pathfinders, well, great. I would say more long range and scouting and all that. The one thing I will say that we've seen a lot of from the Wehrmacht players that would be very bad for them is that 2-2-1, because they don't have a snare. They can definitely do damage with DPS, but they might have a hard time versing armor when they can't really do too much to it. Let's see, but what's HulkSMASH bringing in? He's bringing in MG, but that's the one thing that actually Pathfinders do have a counter for. They can deploy smoke if you give them the upgrade, so they can just maneuver themselves around.
Well, I don't know if that was intentional, but the Pathfinders that were trying to run away from the MG, the Kettenkrad from HulkSMASH, just dipped in there to provide that bit of vision to let the MG42 get the suppression. So, very, very important just to get these Pathfinders off the map. Don't let them have a good game in the early game, capping resource points.
No, and that's what's happening right now. Middle, there's one Pathfinder model remaining, and he's currently trying to grab mid. There's another squad moving over to the manpower position, which I would say would cut off territory if there was any territory that HulkSMASH grabbed down there. Meanwhile, MG sees that Engineer squad as more of a threat, repositions. Kettenkrad going in for cap.
Quite desperate to get his plus 16 munitions.
Yes.
Which, we've got 2 plus 16 points on this map.
Every little bit helps, especially for those upgrades. Although we don't know what HulkSMASH is gonna go yet for his upgrades. Right now he has a big breakthrough, so he hasn't deployed any special units that would allow for an MG or grenade launcher or anything like that. So I guess she's more just save them in the bank for later. Alright. Kettenkrad laying down, or mines. There we go. Just laying down some mines.
MG42 and crew ready. We are losing control of a sector.
But I thought that was a. I saw the smoke. I'm like, wait, who's called in stuff? Here comes a paratrooper.
Yeah, actually, you know, I think he probably thought it was a safe drop zone, but the MG42 is ready and waiting for the paratrooper drop, and immediately they're having to retreat back to base. It's going to be a difficult retreat for the engineer squad as well, because that MG42 is just waiting for the duck hunt.
Yeah. Now,
oh, maybe it isn't.
No, it repositions because down south we have the captain coming in. Pathfinders are taking a large portion of this map. Like, oh, the mine.
How good that mine placement was, you know?
Yeah.
Knowing the retreat path that unit was going to take.
But no, excellent use of mines right there in terms of just weakening the enemy. It's a cheaper unit, but still every little bit helps. And when I say, and especially for this Pathfinder, Jibber going for the cutoff for all the territory that HulkSMASH just got. So Yeah, HulkSMASH, by the way, now at a resounding 5 munitions and 3 fuel.
Car available for reconnaissance.
So
Yeah, funnily, actually, you know, when HulkSMASH lost earlier to Orange Pest in the semi-finals, it was for a similar problem, which was basically that, you know, resource control was really, really tough for him, and he was constantly being decapped right outside his base by US Forces units. So really important for him that once he does get back in control of these resource points outside his base, that he locks them down with something and just extends out slowly.
no, absolutely. 221 though does a good counter to the Pathfinders. They did try to hide in smoke for a little bit, but he just waited out the smoke and then forced them back. Up north, we have the paratrooper squad now upgraded with those LMGs coming down. So slowly but surely, he's getting back that territory. Oh, and he's actually okay. So HulkSMASH went with mechanized, so that way he could use the 221 to grab territory.
Good plan.
Right now, map control is the issue, so let's focus on getting some additional control. And going mechanized, if he keeps going down the mechanized armor, he could eventually get himself a Panther, or he could swap on over and get himself some additional sight, or maybe some artillery. Probably, I would say, focus on the Panther, but we'll see what he decides.
I'm actually surprised to see him play the Luftwaffe company here, because I would have thought the mobility that you can get from an armored car would be really useful on a map like this.
That's actually fair. Again, on a big wide open map, having a small but still very powerful group of armor just maneuvering around just to surprise your infantry could definitely be something that would be extremely useful. 221, while even though it's being hit by a paratrooper and a captain, still managing to grab that territory. And now the victory points are going against Jibber.
We have lost the sector.
Crad heading.
Definitely.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's definitely one of the wider or larger 1v1 maps that exist in Company of Heroes 3. And yeah, actually just the amount of space here and you know, necessity for recon is huge.
Yeah.
It's a lovely looking map as well.
Yeah, I love the water going straight through the map with all the brush and the trees. It looks really good. This is, again, I'm actually a little bit shocked there aren't more maps with kind of like this sort of layout. But while I was admiring the scenery, a Greyhound just came in and killed the Kettenkrad.
It's about to pick up the Flak 30 as well.
Oh, wow.
Big losses there. 221's going in, but it doesn't have the anti-tank upgrade. And right now, you're just going to see a desperate attempt to not let that Flak 30 get into the hands of the US. But away it goes.
Alright. Well, he just unlocked the 8 rad. Maybe if he can get that. Oh, he has a Jaeger squad with a Shrek team. Maybe that could be enough. But yeah, that Flak 30 is now. It's inside the ally. He effectively has it. Jibber, it's his now. It just dropped in. Oh, another paratrooper squad. Good shot with the Shrek team. Pushes back the Greyhound. Slowly gaining back territory. And now we have an 8 rad on the field.
The enemy has taken a victory point.
Which will ambush this poor engineer squad building cover in the north.
Yeah, it's the perfect unit for a map like this. It's going to do really, really well just maneuvering from the north to the south, just clearing up infantry across the river.
Yeah. And again, a lot of this infantry, he's not going with bazookas for the paratroopers, so all this infantry, while still very effective against other infantry units, they don't have great counters unless they're, you know, that vehicle standing still and gets satcheled versus armor.
Listen up. We've got orders.
He can definitely win the infantry games, but he needs something to make sure he consistently wins the armor games.
Definitely. Don't see much in the way of indirect fire with build orders like this, because there's just so much highly versatile infantry running around.
The infantry are trying to kill us.
I think it's a sensible choice by Jibber to get a machine gun out just to cover this gap in the center, where there's been multiple engagements. It's quite easy for him, I think, to hold his VP on the south. This center area is going to be the key tipping point, I think, for this game in terms of VPs.
Yeah. And right now he has a solid force of Pathfinders just lying in wait with his own 50 cal and a Greyhound to back it up.
Is he worried about stealth units, or is he just trying to get rid of green cover with this Greyhound?
He's making sure the enemy has no green cover, I'm assuming.
I don't know, it seems like he's targeting different areas. The Jaeger squad is the one that would stealth, so
yeah.
They got the flares.
They do have flares, and it's funny because the Jaeger squad's just up in the north. If he's trying to target, I mean, assuming it's cover, but if he's trying to target that Jaeger squad, that's hilarious because it's just so far in the opposite direction. Wait, hold on. Chaffee going after the 2-2-1 gets a kill in the south.
That was beautifully played. Just love, you know, the flare going up. HulkSMASH really needed to be hyper aware to hear that flare and understand what was happening, but he just missed it.
Doesn't help that Flak 30 is just helping to just mow down that MG42 that he brought up.
It's insult to injury to have the Flak 30 just picking you up on retreat.
Yeah, and now we have Jibber moving a lot of his men across the creek, and now slowly pushing against the HulkSMASH's line. He still has an 8-rad. It's still very effective, but he may need some more AT to fight both the Chaffee and the Greyhound. Maybe that's what he's hoping the Flak 30 will do. But we're about to see a Flak 30 fight. And, oh,
really poor setup of the MG42 there.
Yeah. He was desperate trying to move it up, but again, sometimes desperation can be a good call, other times it can lead to units just falling apart. Oh, this 8-rad's charging in. Luckily that cover is providing some protection. And maybe surprisingly, HulkSMASH is managing to push back. Now, he did lose the northern victory point, but the southern one, sorry, the middle one is actually now going to be under his control, at least for a time. All right, but with the Flak 30 coming back out for the Americans, I think it's going to be only a very short period of time he holds on to the middle victory point. He just doesn't have the men to keep a sustained fight.
This is one of the advantages that Jibber has. He's just got to be patient with what he has, I think. And oh, what? Are you kidding?
I saw that.
Can we just pretend that that didn't happen?
Yeah, sure. That man did just explode into tiny chunks.
A squad of Jaeger has been requisitioned.
I didn't think they were low health.
I don't think they were that low, but yeah, they didn't last very long under that rifle grenade. Pathfinders once again take that position. We have another Jaeger squad making its way onto the field with a Shrek team. So at least he has a good solid amount with Shrek. But here comes the paratroopers in mid, backed up by a Flak 30 and an AT.
We have finished the research.
Jibber went with... Oh, interesting. Okay, Infantry Support Center again. The Loiter's helping to reveal targets. Trying to push on that 8-rad.
Yeah, the recon is probably the most punishing thing here right now to HulkSMASH. very, very difficult now to find a way to get out of his base and back onto the map. And actually, if you look at Jibber, he's just got so much that's being held back, even outside his base. Paratroopers, Pathfinders, machine guns, you know, and there's not even needed on the front lines. That's the level that Jibber is ahead in this game right now.
But I will say, if you presented someone with this lineup, be like, oh no, like HulkSMASH is done. Like he's gonna fall apart. But surprisingly, he's still managing to keep himself, I mean, relatively speaking, together. Like in the south, he's grabbing territory. He managed to push back the Greyhound, not Greyhound, sorry, the Chaffee. Like he's still giving it a good attempt, and because he has at least one victory point, he's not bleeding too heavily.
I think it's going to be a struggle for him. You know, Jibber, right from the start of this game, he went in with that 3 scout build, partly for the recon, I'm guessing, but also because his capture speed is huge, and just being able to just go and wipe parts of the territory map away for HulkSMASH, and it's just, even if he just decaps and runs away, it's such an effort for HulkSMASH to get over there, to recap. It takes time. Time that, you know, HulkSMASH doesn't really have, and he can't do that capping this quickly now without the Ketcrad. It's just a really solid strategy by Jibber. It's making it very hard for HulkSMASH to even move.
Yeah. Alright, well, he's managing to get into the southern point and grab that victory point with his Jaeger squad. Meanwhile, majority of his forces are actually heading north, try to counteract Jibber's push. Flak forces the paratrooper squad back.
8-centimeter mortar is ready to provide support.
Now the infantry are rolling on up, and he does have some good counters for both the Chaffee and general infantry with the 8
Our
rad.
adversary is pushing back. We are down to 250 points.
Oh. That truck team needs to actually connect with the Chaffee, just keeps missing. Alright, Flak 30 trying to gonna hopefully give it a go. This being flanked by a Pathfinder. Not Pathfinder, 50 cal. Oh no, Chaffee diving on in, and again the Jaeger squad misses. Wait, the other one doesn't? Rear armor potential. Oh no.
It's not completely over. I'm actually wondering whether it'd be wise just to try and retreat back to base and run out here, but there is a Jaeger squad in the base. It's running the wrong way though.
I don't know where it's
going.
going.
Oh no, the Chaffee's gonna go into the base.
What?
The Chaffee's gonna go into the base, and somehow this is working. Nope.
Nope.
I was really worried he was gonna get away with that.
No, you're not the only one. I thought he was done too. I thought it was just gonna drive off, but no. Alright, well, here comes the additional Jaeger squads making their way up. Trying to make do with something. Oh, we have another 8 rad. He just got another one. Yeah, guys, I know that some people in chat were like, of course he won't go for the Panther. He has 6 command points, and he's... I feel like that's maybe his, like, do or die moment where he just has to get something. Hold on. Double Shreks connect with the... They do! Greyhound goes down!
That's a good pickup. Oh wow, and he gets the Pathfinder squad with the Panzer Shrek. Suddenly there's a little bit of energy that's come back into this game. The AT gun goes down to the armored car. It's chasing down the engineer squad in the north. What the hell just happened to Jibber?
He saw the finish line and he got a little too distracted by it and completely fell on his face because he's lost unit after unit. I mean, to be fair, so too is HulkSMASH, but it's definitely more competitive at this moment. Alright, Jibber does have himself a Hellcat, so he has a good counter to that 8 rad now. And he has reinforcements just coming on in.
Armored car needs to be careful here. The Hellcat spotted it. It doesn't have access to smoke canisters because it's on a 60-second recharge timer. It's only going to take one more shot from the Hellcat, and there just isn't anything to support. Jaeger won't make it in time, but the Hellcat misses. It goes on.
Oh! Oh my god.
They've captured a victory point.
What a lucky armored car that is.
Yeah.
And there's your 8 CPs. Is he going to select the Panther heavy tank?
We are down to 200 points.
I mean, I would assume at this point. I mean, a Panther would be a solid, I mean, at least solid thing to go up against a Hellcat, and it has a decent anti-infantry power.
A capture point
Grenadier
is being
manages to
overrun.
take the southern victory point, again, slowing down the bleed.
Report coming through that the enemy is down to 200 points.
It's still a tough fight for HulkSMASH, but
200 points
he
remain.
is holding, I
We are
mean,
losing our
there's a
ground.
lot of luck, but he is holding up surprisingly well.
Our sector.
He's doing a good job, yeah. You know, he's trying actually to decap in the south at the moment, possibly just to draw a couple of these forces away from the US front line and buy himself a bit of time. But the manpower is climbing, and he only needs 75 manpower to get a Panther on the field to contest with actually some of the infantry, sure, but also this Hellcat. Coupled with the Jaeger infantry with the Shreks, I think he's actually got a pretty good response
They have 200 points.
to the Hellcat.
Yeah. Oh, good. All right, some good truck shots on the Hellcat, forcing it back down to about third health.
You have command points ready to spend. The enemy have taken territory.
One thing to also point out is Jibber went with carpet bombing run, which is very powerful, but that also blocked him from getting the P-47 strafe. So if he was hoping to bring him, if someone was thinking like, oh, I'll just bring in the anti-rocket strafe, that's not happening.
Oh! Armored car just got taken down by the Hellcat. The return Panzerschreck didn't destroy it. The Panther's been available to select for some time, but I think HulkSMASH is just too engulfed in all these engagements that are going on right now that he hasn't reached over for the button. Maybe he'll even decide that he wants the armored car back. Not 100% sure at this point.
Yeah. If there's a unit that somehow has also been keeping him alive, it's these Jaeger squads. They've done a lot of work against odds that, again, they shouldn't be, but they are holding their own against paratroopers and pathfinders with good veterancy. And also that smoke that they can drop, not only the mortar that's dropping the smoke, but that's helping block sight from the MGs, the 50 cals, and the Black 30.
There it is. Panther's been called in. I think it's the right choice. It's a difficult choice to make, but I think this is the best he can give out for the moment.
Yeah. The problem is, before it was like, oh, okay, well, you know, he only had one Hellcat he had to worry about. Unfortunately,
Our opponent has fallen to 200
Jibber now has
points.
two. One is the one with veterancy is still healing, but he still has two now, which could be definitely a lot for a Panther to handle.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Yeah, it's a nice big open map, so there's definitely potential for Hellcats to flank here. But equally, you know, with 3 Jaeger infantry on the field, upgraded with the Shreks, and Hellcats don't want to overstep the mark. I think the frontal armor of the Panther is going to do wonders here.
Yeah. We'll see. Right now, again, good grab with the Jaeger squad. HulkSMASH managing to keep the bleed actually now on Jibber. Alright, Panther did reveal himself against the paratrooper, so he should know that there's now a Panther here. Alright, but paratrooper squad's heading south.
If Jibber's paying attention there, he will have just realized that the MG42 had vision it wouldn't normally have. So I think, yeah, correct decision just to move a little bit closer to the VP. There's clearly a stealth unit there.
Yeah.
It's a nice pickup. This Panther's trying to be effective, but here come the Hellcats.
But Jibber's not diving. Again, I think that's the smarter play. It's just, at this point, you don't need to dive. I think you need to grind. I think you just slowly wear down what HulkSMASH has remaining and just hold on to the victory points for victory.
Yeah, but I like this though. Recon plane coming in, because if you are going to dive, you want to know what your opponent has against you. Now it's safe. It's going to move in a little bit. But well aware that there are flanking Jaeger infantry. It's been one of those games, Grey Shot. I'm looking at HulkSMASH continually and thinking he's got the army to you know, to do this, but he's just not able to get himself in a position ever where he can actually win some of these engagements.
There's one thing. There's one thing I'm seeing. If he calls in zeroing,
We have 75 points
and especially if there's a lot of units that Jibber is not paying attention to or can't move out, that can do a lot of damage real quick to at least help him take territory. So
We'll probably see it.
alright, but Panthers moving in. We have a small infantry group actually heading south.
Artillery batteries are now ours to command.
Doesn't have time, he has to go for
We have
something.
only 50 points left.
Just gonna listen to Jibber for a second through the fog of war. He can actually hear the Panther driving down south, so the Hellcats immediately are moving. They would have detected that.
Alright, there's the zeroing. And a flare, so that way they see it. Black 30 dead. There goes the AT gun and MG. Now that was the explosive pressure he needed. He's gonna try to take mid, now the south, but there's still a lot of units there.
Yeah, but there's 7 VPs, and I don't know that he can decap in time. All these paratroopers have to do is sit in the point. HulkSMASH knows it's unwinnable. GG. Third place goes to Jibber.
Excellent job, Jibber. Excellent job. All right. I mean, and a solid game by HulkSMASH as well. I mean, from a lot, I would say most players, they're like, no, I'm done. But HulkSMASH was like, you know what, I still think I can pull something out of my hat. And he was close in a few occasions.
Absolutely. Every game he's played right till the end of the VP drain. So, you know, never someone that throws in the towel, and they're just fantastic showing. Huge well done, HulkSMASH. Sorry that you didn't make it to the top 3, but absolutely deserving of a big mention in this tournament.
Yeah, no. All right, HulkSMASH, you have my gratitude for how you played. Jibber, you have my again, I tip my hat to you. Great job getting to 3rd place, and good job. 86 infantry kills for him. Let's see, HulkSMASH had 63, very close on damage overall. Let's quickly check the paratrooper with most kills for Jibber, and then for HulkSMASH, that the Jaeger squad's 27 kills overall.
We want to thank our MetaPlays website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.